What if I told you that the person you love most in this world could betray you in the most unimaginable way? And you'd have video proof, crystal clear, undeniable evidence. But none of it ever happened? This is the story of Marcus Chen, a 28-year-old software engineer from Seattle, whose entire life was nearly destroyed by something that didn't exist. A video so convincing, so real, that even he began to doubt his own sanity. By the time you finish listening to this story, you'll understand why Marcus spent 3 weeks in a psychiatric ward, why his fiancée almost called off their wedding, and why he can never look at a screen the same way again. This isn't science fiction. This happened last year, and it could happen to anyone. This is the story of deepfake love. Let me take you back to March 2024. Marcus Chen had what most people would call the perfect life. He worked at a prestigious tech company in Seattle, pulling in a 6-figure salary. He lived in a beautiful apartment overlooking Elliott Bay. But more than any of that, he had Sarah Mitchell, 26 years old, an elementary school teacher with a smile that could light up a room. They'd met 3 years earlier at a coffee shop in Capitol Hill. Marcus had accidentally grabbed her latte instead of his Americano. She'd laughed it off. They'd talked for 2 hours. 6 months later, they moved in together. A year after that, Marcus proposed on the same beach where they'd had their first real date. Sarah said yes before he could even finish asking. The wedding was set for June 15th, 2024. 3 months away. Sarah's dress was ordered. The venue was booked. The invitations had been sent. Everything was perfect. Marcus would later describe this period of his life as living in a dream. He'd wake up next to Sarah every morning, kiss her goodbye before work, text her throughout the day, come home to dinner together, fall asleep watching Netflix on the couch. He trusted her completely. Not the blind trust of naivety, but the earned trust built over 3 years of honesty, communication, and unwavering loyalty. They'd had their arguments, sure. What couple doesn't? But they'd never gone to bed angry. They'd never kept secrets. Or so Marcus thought. Marcus's best friend, Tyler, was getting married the same summer. Tyler had been planning an elaborate bachelor party in Las Vegas, scheduled for the weekend of May 10th. Marcus had been looking forward to it for months. 3 days in Vegas with his closest friends, celebrating Tyler's last days of freedom. Sarah had encouraged him to go. "You deserve a break," she'd said. "You've been working so hard." She'd even helped him pack. The Thursday before the trip, Marcus kissed Sarah goodbye at their apartment. She was staying home, planning to have a girls' weekend with her sister, Emma. Movie marathons, wine, wedding planning. Normal stuff. "I love you," Marcus said at the door. "I love you more," Sarah replied, her usual response. "Have fun. Don't do anything I wouldn't do." They both laughed. It was an inside joke. Sarah was notoriously cautious, by the book. Marcus always joked that her idea of wild was ordering dessert before dinner. He grabbed his suitcase, headed to the airport, and flew to Las Vegas with Tyler and 8 other friends. For 3 days, everything was normal. They gambled. They went to shows. They ate at expensive steakhouses. Marcus sent Sarah photos and videos throughout the trip. She sent back selfies with Emma, empty wine bottles in the background, laughing emojis. On Sunday afternoon, Marcus boarded his flight home, tired but happy. excited to see Sarah. He landed at SeaTac Airport at 6:47 p.m. He texted Sarah from baggage claim. Just landed. Be home in 45. Miss you. She responded immediately. Can't wait. I'll order Thai food. Everything was normal. Everything was perfect. Marcus had no idea that in less than 12 hours, his entire world would collapse. Monday morning, May 13th, 2024, 7:23 a.m. Marcus woke up to his phone buzzing. Not the gentle alarm he'd set, rapid-fire notifications, text messages, missed calls, voicemails. He grabbed his phone, squinting at the bright screen. 12 missed calls from Tyler, 8 from his brother, David. Dozens of text messages from friends, colleagues, even people he hadn't spoken to in years, all saying variations of the same thing. Bro, what the hell? Is this real? Marcus, call me immediately. I'm so sorry, man. His heart started racing. Something was very wrong. He opened his messages, scrolling through the chaos, trying to understand. Then Tyler sent him a link. Just a link with 3 words. I'm sorry, bro. Marcus clicked it. It opened to a private video hosting site, the kind used to share large files. The video was titled Vegas_weekend.mp4. Double quotes. Marcus's stomach dropped. He pressed play. The video was 2 minutes and 43 seconds long. It showed Marcus, or someone who looked exactly like him, in what appeared to be a hotel room. The Bellagio, based on the distinctive decor. The room was dimly lit, but the video quality was sharp, clear, shot on a modern phone. In the video, Marcus was with a woman, not Sarah, a blonde woman in her mid-20s, attractive, unfamiliar. They were on the bed. They were kissing. His hands were on her. Her hands were on him. The video showed everything. I won't go into explicit detail, but it was intimate, sexual, undeniable, and it looked exactly like Marcus. Same face, same build, same tattoo on his left shoulder, a compass rose he'd gotten in college. Same voice, laughing, saying things like, "This is crazy, and my fiancé would kill me." The blonde woman laughed in the video. "What happens in Vegas?" she said. "Stays in Vegas," Video Marcus replied. The footage was grainy enough to seem authentic, like it was shot quickly on a phone, but clear enough that there was no mistaking the face. Every angle showed Marcus clearly. His profile, his full face, his expressions. Marcus stared at his phone, his hands shaking. The video ended. He immediately replayed it, then again. Then again. "That's not me," he whispered to himself. That's not me." But it looked exactly like him. He jumped out of bed, ran to the living room. Sarah was in the kitchen, making coffee, humming to herself. She turned when she heard him. "Morning, babe," she said brightly. Then she saw his face. "What's wrong?" Marcus couldn't speak. He just held out his phone. The video paused on a frame, showing his face clearly. Sarah took the phone. She pressed play. Marcus watched her watch it. He saw the exact moment her expression changed. Confusion, then shock, then horror, then something worse. Hurt, betrayal. Her eyes welled up with tears. "Sarah, that's not me," Marcus said immediately. "I swear to God that's not me. I don't know who that woman is. I never—" "Stop," Sarah said quietly. She was staring at the phone, replaying the video. "Just stop. Sarah, please, you have to believe me. That's your tattoo," she said, her voice breaking. "That's your voice. That's your face. That's you, Marcus. It's not, I don't know how, but it's not." Sarah set the phone down on the counter. She was crying now, silent tears streaming down her face. "How long?" she asked. "What? How long have you been cheating on me?" "I'm not. Sarah, I swear on my life I have never cheated on you. I don't even know who that woman is." "Then how do you explain this?" She gestured at the phone. Marcus had no answer, because he couldn't explain it. The video was impossible, but it was also undeniable. Over the next hour, Marcus's phone didn't stop buzzing. The video was spreading. Someone had sent it to a group chat with their mutual friends. From there, it had gone viral within their social circle. By 9 a.m., over 200 people had seen it. Marcus tried everything. He called Tyler, who confirmed he'd been with Marcus the entire Vegas trip. Tyler swore Marcus had never left their group, never disappeared with any woman, never acted suspicious. But Tyler had also seen the video. "Man, I want to believe you," Tyler said on the phone. "But that video, I don't understand how it's not you." Marcus called the Bellagio Hotel, demanding to see security footage from the weekend. They refused without a warrant. He called his other friends who'd been on the trip. They all confirmed his alibi. He'd been with them constantly, but none of it mattered, because everyone had seen the video, and videos don't lie, right? By Monday afternoon, Marcus's life was in free fall. Sarah had packed a bag and gone to stay with her sister Emma. She wasn't answering his calls. She'd blocked him on social media. Marcus had sent her dozens of texts, all unanswered. His mother called, crying, asking how he could do this to Sarah, to the family. His brother called him a disgrace. Even his father, usually reserved and logical, told him he was disappointed. At work, HR called him into a meeting. Someone had sent them the video. "Given the nature of the content," they said, "we're placing you on administrative leave pending an investigation into whether this violates company policy." Marcus tried to explain. "That's not me in the video. It's fake. It's manipulated." The HR director looked skeptical. "Mr. Chen, we've reviewed the footage. It's quite clear. It's a deepfake," Marcus insisted. "It has to be. A deepfake?" The HR director frowned. "Those are usually detectable. Have you had this video analyzed by a professional?" Marcus hadn't. He'd been too busy trying to convince people of his innocence to think about proof. That night, alone in his apartment, Marcus went down a rabbit hole. He started researching deepfakes, artificial intelligence that could swap faces in videos, technology that could make anyone appear to say or do anything. He learned that modern deepfake technology had become incredibly sophisticated. With enough source material, photos and videos of someone's face, AI could create nearly undetectable fake videos. The technology had originally been developed for Hollywood special effects, but had become accessible to anyone with a decent computer and the right software. Marcus realized something chilling. He was extremely active on social media: Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok. He'd posted hundreds of photos and videos of himself over the years, more than enough material for someone to create a convincing deepfake. But who would do this, and why? He started making a list of enemies, people who might want to hurt him. The list was short. Marcus wasn't the kind of person who made enemies. He'd had a few professional disagreements, sure, a colleague who'd lost a promotion to him, an ex-girlfriend from college who'd ended things badly, but nothing that would warrant this level of sabotage. Then he thought about the timing. The video had surfaced exactly 3 days after he returned from Vegas. Someone had planned this. Someone had created the video, set up the hosting site, distributed the link to his friends at maximum impact. This wasn't random. This was targeted. Marcus called Tyler again. "Who sent you that video link?" Tyler hesitated. It came from an anonymous email address, some random Gmail account. It was sent to like 20 of us simultaneously. What was the email address? Something like truth_hurts_2024 Obviously fake. Marcus asked Tyler to forward him the original email. He started trying to trace it, but the account had already been deleted. And by Tuesday, Marcus had barely slept. He'd spent 18 hours online researching forensic video analysis, contacting digital security experts, posting in forums asking for help. Most people who responded didn't believe him. "Everyone says their video is fake," one commenter wrote. "You got caught. Own it." But a few people took him seriously. A digital forensics expert named Dr. Rachel Kim agreed to analyze the video for a fee. Marcus sent her the file immediately and wired her $2,000. "I'll have a preliminary report in 48 hours, Dr. Kim said. Sarah still wasn't speaking to him. She'd changed the locks on their apartment. Marcus was staying at Tyler's place, sleeping on the couch, barely eating. On Wednesday, Sarah's sister Emma called him. "She wants you to cancel the wedding venue," Emma said coldly. "And she wants her ring back. Emma, please. I didn't do anything." "Save it, Marcus. I saw the video." "We all did. It's fake. I'm having it analyzed by an expert." "Of course you are. That's what guilty people do. They make excuses." She hung up. Marcus felt something break inside him. Not anger, not sadness. Something worse. Despair. The crushing realization that even if he could prove the video was fake, some people would never believe him. The stain of accusation would never fully wash away. That night, Marcus stood on his apartment balcony, 17 stories up, looking down at the street below. He wasn't thinking about jumping. Not really. But he understood, for the first time in his life, why someone might. His phone rang. Dr. Kim. "Mr. Chen, I've completed my analysis of the video." Marcus's heart stopped. "And?" "It's a deepfake. A very sophisticated one, but definitely artificial. I've identified several markers consistent with AI-generated content. Micro inconsistencies in facial lighting, slight distortions around the mouth during speech, pixel patterns that don't match organic video compression." Marcus felt like he could breathe again. "You're sure?" "Completely. I'll send you a full technical report, but I can testify that this video was digitally manipulated using advanced deepfake technology. This is not authentic footage." Marcus wanted to cry with relief. "Thank you. Thank you so much." He immediately forwarded Dr. Kim's preliminary findings to Sarah, to his employer, to his family. He posted a statement on social media explaining that the video was fake, linking to Dr. Kim's credentials. Some people believed him. Many didn't. "A fake forensic report is easy to buy," someone commented on his post. "Classic narcissist move. Can't admit what you did," another wrote. Sarah read the report but didn't respond. The silence was worse than anger. Marcus filed a police report on Thursday, May 16th. Detective Linda Morrison took his statement at the Seattle Police Department's Cybercrime Unit. "Let me make sure I understand," Detective Morrison said. "Someone created a fake video of you engaging in infidelity, distributed it to your friends and family, and has effectively ruined your reputation and relationship." "Yes," Marcus said, "and I need to know who did this." Detective Morrison nodded slowly. "Mr. Chen, I'm going to be honest with you. These cases are incredibly difficult to prosecute. The technology is new, the laws haven't caught up, and tracing the origin of a deepfake video is like trying to find a needle in a digital haystack. But you'll try? We'll try. But I need you to understand that even if we identify who created this, proving malicious intent, demonstrating harm, navigating jurisdictional issues if the perpetrator is in another state or country, it's an uphill battle." Marcus felt defeated. "So they just get away with it?" "I didn't say that. I said it's difficult, not impossible." Over the next week, Detective Morrison's team began investigating. They subpoenaed the video hosting site, trying to trace the IP address of the uploader. "She stole him from me," Jessica said suddenly, her voice cold. "Connor, she knew I loved him, and she took him anyway." "That was 7 years ago," Detective Morrison pointed out. "Some things you don't forgive," Jessica replied. "And when I saw she was getting married, planning this perfect life, I couldn't let her have it. Not without knowing what it feels like to be betrayed." "So you created a deepfake video to destroy Marcus's life? Someone who never did anything to you?" Jessica shrugged. "Collateral damage. She needed to feel what I felt." The confession was recorded. Jessica was arrested and charged with identity theft, cyberstalking, and defamation. The case would take months to wane through the legal system, but Marcus finally had answers. By early June, the truth was out. Major news outlets picked up the story. "Man nearly destroyed by deepfake video," read the headlines. Marcus did interviews with local news stations, national media, even a Netflix documentary crew interested in the rise of deepfake technology. The attention was overwhelming. Marcus became, briefly, the face of deepfake victimization. Cybersecurity experts cited his case in conferences. Lawmakers referenced him in hearings about regulating AI technology. But none of it brought Sarah back. After Jessica's arrest, Marcus called Sarah. She answered this time. "I know," she said before he could speak. "I heard about Jessica. So you believe me now?" There was a long pause. "I believe the video was fake, yes." "What?" "But Marcus, you have to understand what it was like, seeing that video, really believing that you'd betrayed me in the worst possible way. I can't just turn that off." "I didn't do anything wrong," Marcus said, his voice breaking. "I was the victim here too. I know, and I'm sorry I didn't believe you sooner. But the damage is done. I look at you now, and part of me still sees that video. Even knowing it's fake, even knowing it was Jessica, I can't unsee it. It's like it rewired something in my brain." Marcus understood what she was saying, even though it killed him. The deepfake had accomplished exactly what Jessica intended. Not just to fool people, but to plant a seed of doubt so deep that even the truth couldn't fully uproot it. "What about the wedding?" Marcus asked. Sarah was crying now. "I can't marry you, Marcus. Not right now. Maybe not ever. I need time. I need to figure out if I can trust you again, even though logically I know you didn't do anything. Does that make sense?" "No," Marcus said honestly. "But I respect it." They agreed to postpone the wedding indefinitely. Sarah moved out permanently, taking her things while Marcus stayed at Tyler's. They agreed to stay in contact, to consider therapy, to leave the door open. But both of them knew it was probably over. Marcus returned to work after his administrative leave ended. His employer apologized, but the awkwardness remained. Colleagues whispered. Some people still believed he'd cheated, regardless of the evidence. The stain remained. Marcus started seeing a therapist, Dr. Chen, specializing in trauma. "What you experienced," Dr. Chen explained, "is a unique form of violation. Someone stole your identity, your face, your voice, and used it to commit acts you would never commit. That's not just defamation. It's a form of digital assault." Marcus struggled with paranoia. Every time his photo was taken, he worried about how it might be used. He deleted most of his social media accounts. He became hyper-aware of security cameras, phones pointed in his direction, any situation where his image might be captured. He also struggled with a deeper, more existential fear. If video evidence could be faked so convincingly, what could be trusted? How could anyone prove anything anymore? If seeing wasn't believing, what was? Jessica Reeves eventually pleaded guilty to reduced charges. She received 3 years in prison, 5 years probation, and was ordered to pay restitution to Marcus for lost wages, therapy costs, and emotional damages. The total came to $175,000. Marcus knew he'd never see most of that money. Jessica didn't have it, but the guilty plea, the acknowledgement of wrongdoing, gave him some closure. Sarah reached out occasionally, texts on holidays, a call on what would have been their wedding day. They met for coffee once in August. It was polite, sad, both of them dancing around the obvious. "I still love you," Marcus told her. "I still love you too," Sarah replied. But love isn't always enough. They hugged goodbye in the coffee shop parking lot. Marcus watched her drive away, knowing it was probably the last time. By September, Marcus had made a decision. He couldn't stay in Seattle. Too many memories, too many people who still looked at him differently. He accepted a job offer from a tech company in Austin, Texas. Fresh start, new city, anonymity. Before he left, he did one final interview for a documentary about deepfakes and their impact on ordinary people. "What would you want people to know?" the interviewer asked. "About your experience?" Marcus thought carefully before answering. "I want people to know that this isn't science fiction anymore. This is happening now. Deepfakes aren't just about celebrities or politicians. They're being used to hurt regular people, to destroy relationships, reputations, lives. And the laws, the technology to detect them, the social awareness, none of it has caught up yet. What's your biggest fear?" the interviewer asked. "That I'm just the beginning," Marcus said. "That in 5 years, 10 years, this will be so common that we won't know what to believe anymore. That trust will become impossible." The interview ended. Marcus packed his apartment, loaded his car, and drove south toward his new life in Austin. It's been 18 months since the video destroyed Marcus's life. He's doing better now. He has a new job, new apartment, new friends who don't know his story unless he chooses to share it. He still goes to therapy. He still struggles with trust, with paranoia, with the lingering trauma of having his identity stolen and weaponized. Sarah did eventually reach out last month. She's dating someone new. She wanted Marcus to hear it from her first, not through mutual friends. Marcus told her he was happy for her. He meant it mostly. Jessica Reeves is still in prison. She'll be released in about a year. Marcus doesn't think about her often anymore. Anger requires energy, and he's chosen to invest his energy elsewhere. He's been working with lawmakers, advocacy groups, anyone who will listen to create better laws around deepfakes. Some states are starting to pass legislation. It's slow, frustrating work, but it feels purposeful. Last week, Marcus went on a first date. Her name is Amy. She works in healthcare, and she makes him laugh. On their second date, he told her about the video, about everything that happened. He wanted her to hear it from him, wanted her to have the chance to walk away. Amy didn't walk away. "That sounds horrible," she said. "I'm sorry that happened to you. No judgment, no doubt. Just empathy." It was the first time since the video that Marcus felt like he might be able to trust again. Technology took something from Marcus. Jessica Reeves, wielding that technology as a weapon, took even more. His relationship, his reputation, his sense of security, his faith in objective truth. But it didn't take everything. Marcus is still here, still fighting, still believing, despite everything, that truth matters, that reality matters, that the difference between what's real and what's fabricated is worth defending. The deepfake almost destroyed Marcus. Almost. But he's still standing. And in a world where seeing can no longer mean believing, where anyone's face can be stolen and misused, where artificial intelligence makes the impossible look real, maybe that's the only victory that matters. Surviving, adapting, trusting anyway. This was the story of Marcus Chen, a cautionary tale about love and technology, about betrayal, both human and digital. But it's also a warning, because what happened to Marcus can happen to anyone. Your face is out there, your voice is recorded, your life is documented, and somewhere, someone with the right skills and the wrong intentions could weaponize it all. The question isn't if deepfakes will affect your life. The question is when. And whether, when it happens, you'll have the strength that Marcus had to keep fighting for the truth, even when everyone stopped listening.